This video was captured on a Ring camera that's placed inside a bedroom where a mother and her daughter sleep together. Like most parents, the mother had bought the camera to keep an eye on her child, who's often left alone in their own room. But according to a comment giving more details on this footage, the camera was bought for another reason. Recently, the mother's daughter has been saying some rather odd things, from mentioning a man who she occasionally sees in her closet to saying things like, "I'm scared because he's there." The mother felt compelled to watch over her daughter more so than usual. But in the following footage, something happens that's forced her to keep her away from this room. One night, while sleeping in her daughter's bed to keep her company, this happens. Upon waking up, the mother immediately notices something on the ceiling. It isn't until seconds later, when her daughter lets out a piercing screech, that she realizes she isn't the only one seeing this. Overcome with fear, but not completely paralyzed by it, she quickly attends to her daughter. But even she is trying her best to avoid this apparent horrifying sight by covering her own eyes. Clearly, whatever was above them must have been terrifying. Despite there being a lack of info on this footage, the recording alone does make for a creepy video. Whether or not she had seen the supposed man mentioned earlier remains a mystery. This next video was taken at a storage facility where a father owns a storage unit containing obscure vintage items. The facility is well known for being creepy, but it's the contents of this unit that's by far the creepiest. Among all things inside is a toy monkey that the father knows is worth a lot of money. Although initially not wanting to sell the doll, he now hopes that someone would buy it off his hands as soon as possible. Ever since having it, the stuff inside his unit would move on their own. Now noise complaints would often be made by employees who accuse the man of living in the storage. But after setting up a camera to show that it's the stuff inside being thrown around, he captures this. Like something straight out of a horror movie, the toy doll moves on its own. The staff working at the storage facility were just as spooked as the man who owns this unit. He believes that this is the culprit behind the strange noises employees heard. While there has yet to be a prospective buyer for this doll, the man continues to document the monkey on the off chance that something else is caught on camera. But currently, nothing else has happened. As always, let me know your thoughts on this one. In the following video, a small child is seen roaming around in their bedroom after waking from a nap. It's 7 p.m., and the child typically doesn't wake up around this time. Usually, according to the mother, they're dead asleep until the next morning, but for some reason, they have woken up. Although it may seem like this was just a normal occurrence, something happens later in this footage, reassuring the mother that this incident was definitely strange. Keep in mind that her child can only babble, making it impossible for him to recount his experience. This is what was caught. It's only been 4 months since the family had settled into this house and this happened. A voice, which definitely wasn't the child's, is heard on camera. Mind you that he can't speak yet, as his speech is only limited to babbling. Yet strangely, a voice is heard in this room. As the mother states, it almost sounds like a little girl speaking to his son. Freaked out, she shares this video in case anyone could explain it. This incident, coupled with the footage of her son's legs being seemingly pulled off the bed, has led viewers to believe that something supernatural had occurred. But like always, I'll let you be the judge. Is this evidence of a ghost caught on camera, or is it something else entirely? It's mid-afternoon when a small family gathers around the table for a quick meal. During this time, the child's parents decide to record a video capturing this moment on camera. But unbeknownst to them, this seemingly innocent moment would quickly turn creepy. Janice Bard, the child's mother, who submitted this video, claims that the house in this footage is haunted. It belongs to her mother, and ever since Janice was a kid living here, strange things would happen. The most unsettling thing she's ever witnessed was a drawing etched on her bedroom wall. The drawing was already there when she first moved in. It was an image of what appeared to be a giant bat with a wide-open human mouth brimming with blood. The drawing was disturbing, to say the least. But fast forward to this day, and something happens that reminds her of this image. Take a look.
It's bon?
C'est bon? Ouais.
Doucement. Doucement. Hey,
C'est
au-dessus de la table, au-dessus de la table.
Ici. Oui, faut que tu le mettes là.
Hey! Au-dessus de la table. Comme ça.
Non.
Hey! Au-dessus de la table, comme ça.
Ouais. C'est même que tu vas manger. Tête de cochon. Non! Ok. Non. Ce qui est drôle avec son petit nom, hein. Il est vraiment dans Terrible 2, là, tu sais.
Ah,
Qu'est-ce que tu checkes là? C'est des fantômes, mon amour!
c'est pas une mouche, quoi.
Replaying this moment, it's apparent that something had caught the child's attention. Whatever it might have been, it doesn't appear on camera. Yet it's for this reason the mother thinks that something very strange had occurred. Initially, she was unfazed by her son's behavior. But after watching this video and remembering the drawing she saw as a kid, she was left beyond spooked. She was left even more so after realizing that he was trying to describe what he was seeing by imitating it. It was the least that he could do given his lack of speech. The hooing sounds immediately made her think of the wide-open mouth on the drawing of the supposed supernatural entity. But whether her son had actually seen this or not remains unknown. Just who or what did her child see in this house? On October 10th of 2023, a toy camera captures footage of a girl playing with her toys and talking about her day. The entire video is nothing more than just a miniature vlog, but there's something about this video that has left the girl's family deeply unsettled. What starts off as an innocent video turns into something completely different. Midway through the footage, something catches her attention, but after seeing whatever it was, she's immediately put on edge. It's as if she was paralyzed with fear, but thankfully, she was able to leave before things got a whole lot creepier. Only a few minutes later, we see this. A dark figure passes in front of the tent. It's hard to make out what this was, but her older sister is certain that this is what her sibling had seen. It's late at night when a man gets something on camera that leaves him extremely unsettled. The man named Droza recording this, and on this night, he was looking after his little niece and nephew. He was taking care of them all by himself when his niece began to point at something in the dark. Droza, their uncle, didn't think much of it until he noticed that she wouldn't stop pointing at this spot. Nothing appeared to be there, so Droza wasn't sure as to what she was seeing, but as she kept on pointing, he began to think that maybe something is actually there. Feeling immensely unnerved, he records this video. His niece would not stop pointing at this spot for some reason. Even creepier is that she points towards the ceiling, suggesting that whatever is there is most likely tall. Just when things were getting tense, this happens. An object unexpectedly falls towards Droza and his niece, almost as though something had thrown it. Caught off guard, Droza is left speechless, but only to a certain point, because later he vents his frustration with whatever it was that was messing with him and his niece. He then stops recording and decides to ignore it. Despite everything, he still to this day has no idea as to what his niece was seeing in this hallway. This next video was recorded by a father who swears that something unexplainable was captured on his baby monitor. It was on December 20th of 2023, when this incident took place around 9 p.m. He and his wife were having playtime with their 2 kids before going to bed. They usually play games such as tag or hide and seek, but unlike other times, something happens that to this day the father can't explain. He records the footage of this incident on his phone. Take a look. Thinking that his wife or kid was hiding in the closet, he waits for them to come out, but no one was inside. Understandably, the father was totally freaked out. He swears that right before the door opened, he heard a voice. Despite having no explanation for this odd occurrence, the family has been getting comments from those who believe that something supernatural had occurred. But regardless of what this could have been, the family is adamant on keeping the closet locked, as they state they'd rather forget about this whole incident and hope that it doesn't happen again. In this footage, Edgar is recording a toy mirror that belongs to his daughter. She's been playing with this toy ever since Edgar's neighbor had given it to his family. They've had this toy for quite some time, but as of recent, they now think it's best to get rid of it. Edgar says that just a few nights ago, he was passing by his daughter's room when he heard her talking to the mirror. It sounded like she was having a full-blown conversation with someone else. Now it should be noted that this mirror does actually talk. It would say pre-recorded things like hello or hi, I'm the magical mirror, but this time it was saying things that didn't seem pre-recorded.
Hola, bienvenido al Castillo de los Sueños del Espejo Mágico.
¿Cuál es tu nombre?
Yo soy Jessie, la princesa más bella del Castillo de los Sueños del Espejo Mágico.
¡Qué tierna eres!
Nosotras seremos mejores amigas.
¿Tu personaje favorito?
Si papá pregunta, mi favorito es mi papi. Si mamá pregunta, yo responderé que la que más me gusta es mi mami. Y si tú me preguntas, te diré que el que más me gusta eres tú. Soy una niña muy inteligente.
From odd responses to creepy questions, the toy seemed almost alive. In the short clip, Edgar and his wife interact with the mirror. Now viewers couldn't help but notice how quickly the toy responds. According to some, it seemed a little too fast for an average toy like itself. Some have even pointed out that it shouldn't be speaking, as they themselves have this exact toy, but theirs doesn't talk or say anything like Edgar's. It's for this reason that the family decided to store the toy inside their shed. Over time, though, Edgar's children would come in and mess with the toy. From scrapping it to beating it up, a number has been done to this mirror. Because of this, Edgar had to replace some parts, but nevertheless, the toy still works. In this short clip, he shows the toy once again, as viewers want to see if it gives the same responses as last time. But as he films, he gets this. Just like before, the toy talks back at the right time, as though responding like a real person. The fact that it also says responses different from before has convinced the family that it's unlike any other toy. They think that it might be cursed or haunted. Which one of these videos scare you the most? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for more creepy videos. See you in the next video.